In this video, I interview Coach Tulin, and she shares her tips on starting a YouTube channel, how to use failures to your advantage, and a super cool way to use Facebook ads to grow your YouTube channel. Coming up. Hey, what's up guys? Sean here with Video Influencers. Help you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And today I'm here with Coach Tulin, who has a YouTube channel. She's a plus size health and fitness motivator, crushing it, over 50,000 subscribers, and also really building her business, and has a lot of cool things to share with us today. How's it going, Tulin?
It's going really well, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for coming on the show. And you have this great channel. You built your influence. You're helping a lot of people.
Yes.
But let's take it back to how you got into online video. Obviously, the whole fitness journey is a portion of it too. But when did you start your YouTube channel, and then how's it grown?
Okay, so for me, the YouTube channel grew out of necessity. I was looking for the things I was struggling with, the things that were missing in my life. And so when I went on YouTube, or I just went searching online, I could only find people who were willing to show me the finished product, the after. But I couldn't find anybody at the time in my searches that did their bodies look like mine in motion? What the reasons why I wanted to quit, I wanted to go find somebody that says, you know what, I'm still going forward in spite of every time I reach, I raise my knee, that everything moves up and I feel like that I'm choking. Like the kinds of the thoughts in my head that would make me want to quit my journey, quit on myself again. And I couldn't find her. So my very first video was actually my video where I was going to quit my journey. And I posted on YouTube because I knew you could post things on YouTube. And so I did. And that's where everything started, that I did it for my own personal accountability and really a place to just kind of house it, having no idea that other people were searching for specific terms that were leading them to me.
That's incredible, and that's actually one of the most powerful things. We talk a lot about standing out, like being, unique in your niche, in your niche. And so you've done that, and what encouragement would you have for people that are kind of trying to figure that out? Because sometimes we feel the pressure that we actually, like what you just said, we need to be that first before we start.
Right.
But I love that you just started and really just kind of owned your journey. What tips would you have for anybody that's trying to stand out on YouTube?
I think what's really most important is to stand in your authentic self. And then people will say, well, people aren't going to believe me or be interested in me because I am not whatever other people, or we imagine other people imagine what this transformation is supposed to look like. But regardless of kind of business that you're doing, when you're just yourself, it sets you free. So you're not afraid of perfect lighting or perfect camera setups and things like that, which as I've progressed more in the video space, I've paid more attention to those things. But when I started, I just was tired of trying to be a version of someone else. And so when I went on authentically as myself, it literally set me free. So, that's literally my tip. People get really hung up on trying to be a version of someone else or to do it like this person. And I think that's where you lose it. And I think that people really read in that, like on like a subliminal level, that I can't trust you because you're hiding something from me. That's really the way I feel. And so when you look at some of my camera angles, like I know that girl isn't lying to me because she's showing me, like I'll pop the camera up and not worry about it sometimes. And that will inspire someone to say, gosh, when I look at myself from that angle, I didn't realize that's what it looked like. So that freedom of authenticity has been enormous.
I love that. I love that. Now, your channel's over 50,000 subscribers now, and you've built that influence. And we'll talk about, you're way past full time. We'll talk about that in a second. But what did you do, and what were some of the growth stages and the things that worked for you to actually specifically grow your YouTube channel? Okay,
so the first thing I did is I posted videos. Literally.
Yeah.
I hit upload and knowing nothing about YouTube. And then I really didn't pay a lot of attention to timing of videos or the content of videos. I just started shooting videos, honestly, for personal accountability. That was it. It was a way for me to go back and look and see how far I've come. And then after I'd been in the YouTube space for a while, then I started connecting with experts, or then my husband and I started looking into the details, the nitty gritty. Like I knew that I own that plus size fitness space on YouTube, but how can I better serve those who are looking for what it is that I'm struggling with? And so by doing that, such as, Video Rank Academy, to go through that, to better learn how to better rank or to do it with purpose. So when I started, I didn't have any other purpose, but you and your program really helped me kind of dive into doing it with purpose.
I love that.
So press upload. upload a video, shoot it.
That's very good. But what are some of the other things that you've learned then maybe since then that you do? I noticed your channel, it looks great. You do your thumbnails. How did you learn some of that, just the YouTube best practices?
Okay, so, well, a couple things. I do have the opportunity to shoot at YouTube Space LA. So that was huge.
Yeah.
And
if I could, I think it's available for any channel with 10,000 or over
10,000.
subscribers. You can apply. We'll link up some information to that below.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Yeah.
So you can apply to do that. But the other thing that happened to me is I actually showed up on a Google Analytics report. So YouTube reached out and said, what are you doing? People are consuming this over and over again, and they're hanging out on the channel, right? So what I started doing was I started just kind of looking around, you know, what did I need to do? Oh, I need a better thumbnail. So I created a better thumbnail. My description needed to be more clear. Or I needed to give them a call to action. Like, I felt like I was giving them something they can relate to, but I wasn't telling them how they can now take that information and apply it to themselves if they choose to. So I started making those tweaks in my process, and it just really started to grow.
I love that. I love that. Now, specifically, how do you monetize with video? So a lot of the video influencers watching sometimes think they're just going to do YouTube. They're going to rely on like maybe YouTube ads. But for you, how does it break down as not in one sense being a business owner and YouTube is part of that? How does it all work for you?
So for me, the way I monetize is I do have YouTube ads. I have AdSense. I also am part of network marketing, and I have my own products. And so I have multiple ways that I can, reach out to people. But the other thing I do with YouTube is that it really helps me guide people to them to get to know me, to trust me.
Yeah.
And so by doing that, so much of the process is already completed before they ever even hit my inbox.
Yeah.
Like, they're already ready to go. I know you and I trust you. So the monetization, I feel like there's very little closing required, if we can talk about from a sales perspective from a moment. While I lead with my heart, I'm doing all the closing in the video because everything they need to do to pull the trigger has been done.
I love that. I love that. And actually, those are some incredible tips. A lot of people that we've had on the channel do a lot of variety of things, but having your own courses, potentially network marketing, in addition to AdSense, always be looking for multiple income streams, right?
100%.
Multiple streams of revenue, and that's how you could go full-time and far beyond. That's awesome. Now, before we even jumped on camera, you were talking about something cool you're doing with Facebook ads that's actually leading to people discovering and subscribing to your YouTube channel. How did you set that up?
So one of the things that my followers really, really love are my modifications. Not because of my vast knowledge of, the exercise space, but as a plus size woman on a journey to fit, these are some things that I did. This is what the body looks like. So I do it in a real high contrast environment, like on a white cyc wall or just a white wall. And so what happens is I take one of those videos and I put it in a YouTube ad. In a Facebook ad. And because there's a lot of motion and it's jarring because you look and you see a body that's like yours. You see it in motion, maybe in something you want to be able to do. And so that immediately grabs their attention. And so with the ad, there's an option to put watch more. So I do a brief description of myself, like, plus size health and fitness motivator. And then there's a watch more tab. And so when they click on that, they go to my YouTube. And of course, in everything I do, I ask them to subscribe either in the text or on the video itself. And then what it also does, it also builds my Facebook channel at the exact same time. So one ad, two birds.
That's amazing. And if people are thinking, well, I kind of want to experiment, but I don't have a lot of money, what kind of dollars are we talking here in a practical sense?
Okay, so let me be totally clear. When I started on this portion of my journey, we started off broken homeless. So spending money was a real issue. When we started to understand, and it really came from fitness, that investing in ourselves had a return, a longer life, the ability to get up off a couch, to walk up a set of stairs, whatever that was. When we began to value those things, we were willing. So we started off in like the $5 a day, and then I get really, really afraid, right?
Yeah.
But then when I started looking at how much I was spending in an ad and then what we were turning around making, when he started doing the math, he started going, okay, well, if I up it up here, what's my potential of making here? So what I'll do sometimes is I will run an ad, and I'll run an ad and I'll put it at a higher dollar amount.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch how it performs. And so if it's performing really well, then it's worth my investment to allow it to go. If it's not performing as well, then I drop the dollar rate. That is just something I noticed in my channel.
Yeah.
So I went from going really, really low, longer period of times to higher dollar amount, shorter period of time, and just watching. I have a good idea of my audience and how well an ad is working.
That's incredible. And you mentioned an actual number, like how many subscribers were you seeing from this on a daily or weekly basis?
So depending on how much I'll advertise for a day. Okay, so I've had ads that will run 1,000 new subscribers plus on my Facebook channel, and at the same time about 300, about 300. Sorry to look at my husband to know the answer. About 300 on my YouTube when I run it at a higher dollar amount.
Yeah.
So right now I'm running ads that are about $20 a day, and I am gaining anywhere from maybe like 300 or 400 subscribers on my Facebook. I'm going off memory here. And right now when I just look at what was going on, it was about 125, maybe 150 new subscribers on YouTube from the same ad. So it tells me I need to make some adjustments because I have gotten as high as 300. So what do I want to do? Do I want the subscribers to come in hard and fast?
Yeah.
Or do I want a slower trickle in so they can understand my culture and get to know me, and it doesn't affect my community, because community is really big for me. So I've learned that if I go full board into my advertising, I will bring too many people in at once, and it'll affect the community of my page.
Yeah, interesting.
So I'm always kind of looking to see what the reaction's going on my page, how much I'm spending, and whether I even need to stop my ads because they convert so well.
I love it. So influencers, to sum it up, and correct me if I get this, you upload a native video to Facebook, and this is a Facebook that's attracting your ideal audience.
Yes.
People you don't know yet that you want to know about your YouTube channel where you're sharing all this content, and then they can watch that video, upload it natively on Facebook, and discover your YouTube channel. You get Facebook likes and you get subscribers. Such a powerful strategy, and something to definitely look into, research, and test yourselves. Because it's definitely growing your brand. That's super
100%.
inspiring.
It's so strong. Like I said, I will have to pull back on it because I get too many people in at once.
Wow.
Imagine. I mean, it seems like, well, I wish I had that problem, but if culture and vibe and tribe is really important to you, pay attention to if it's making these shifts so people know what your boundaries are on your social media.
That's really, really cool. Now, we're talking about video, but you also mentioned, you're a health and fitness motivator. What do you think the importance of health and fitness is in general for just an entrepreneur?
I think it's vital. When I started in this, it wasn't with the intention of getting into the health and fitness space. I've always worked with plus size women to one degree or another. But when we went through our deep, dark days, I needed help. And so what I found was when I started my journey at over 350 pounds, that I just committed to moving my body for 14 days. I kind of thought I could out-exercise a bad diet. Found out that's not the case. But what 14 days of committed movement without any other stresses or feeling deprived, what those 14 days did for me and my husband is that it began to, it was like water. Like it went into every other aspect of our lives. Everything, relationship, confidence, this desire to build in a space that some people could look at you and be like, well, health and fitness motivated, but what people don't understand is that 70% of the population is somewhere in my frame of my journey. I'm going to be in that statistic for a while. So when they can look at me, they can say, this is what the space in between looks like. But it completely changed everything. Our relationships got better. I was that mom that was yelling at our kids because we were in a high stress environment. My kids have become more coachable. Both of them have become athletes by just us taking care of ourselves. So we're very big on being selfish in your fitness so you can be more selfless in other places in your life. Powerful.
That's very, very powerful. Well, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Lightning round. 3, 2, 1. Favorite TV show?
Anything ghost related. I know I shouldn't say that because I don't want to invite stuff into my house, but I just find it fascinating and scary.
First celebrity crush?
Ricky Schroeder.
Cat or dog?
My first fur babies are cats.
Favorite social network besides YouTube?
Facebook Live.
Coffee or tea?
Me. Tea.
What book should every influencer watching read?
Relentless.
Who's that by?
Tim Grover. I'm a cleaner. Read the book.
I love it. We'll link that up below in the description. What's one podcast that every viewer should listen to?
Can I admit something? I love podcasts, but I'm so busy building my business that I need to listen to them more. But I do love Pat Flynn. I do love Chalene Johnson's. And there was another one I was listening to just recently. Ray Higdon. That's another one I love.
Love it. Favorite documentary or movie?
I love documentaries. You know what? I love documentaries and movies about real people. So recently would be like Hidden Figures, but like old school, like Color Purple. Big on Color Purple.
What is your hidden talent?
That I can rap. I don't have any hidden talents. That's what my husband thinks I have.
What are your must-do morning rituals?
Must-do morning rituals is to spend time with my kids and to get my workout done. Now, they don't always happen in that order or always happen, but they're definitely a goal every morning.
If you could give a TED Talk, what would it be about?
Oh my gosh, it would be absolutely on loving yourself as it is, and that fit has no size. I would love to do that someday.
How has failure or setbacks set you up for success later in life, and do you have a favorite failure?
Oh my gosh. Failure to me is everything. I actually look at them as data sets. It's such important data for me. I love failing, and I look at people who feel like their failures are failed as doers. And so the best thing that ever happened to us was going broke and homeless. It was the biggest blessing ever.
What advice would you give your 20-year-old self now, that you know now?
That'll make me cry. That'll make me cry. That you really are a badass. Can I say that?
Yep.
I can say that. That you really are a badass, and all the stuff that you're going through is going to absolutely lead you to your purpose. So embrace it. Don't fight it.
Do you have a quote you live by or that you like to think about often?
I'm not a before, I'm not an after, I'm forever a work in progress. Mine, Coach Tulin.
Boom. Favorite place in the whole wide world and why?
In my husband's arms, because it's my husband.
Warm. Lightning round over, pound it, lightning. We get really weird. To sum it up, where are you at on social media? Of course, influencers, we're gonna link all of Tulin's stuff in the description below, but where are you at, and what are some upcoming projects that you have coming right now?
So I'm pretty much everywhere as Coach Tulin. Facebook, YouTube. On Instagram, go to Coach Tulin, it'll take you back to my actual page. On Pinterest. And projects I have coming up. We have a ton of plus size modifications coming out, and we're so excited about that. So they're so helpful for people. So.
I love that. I love that. And I just want to take a second to acknowledge you and just say thank you so much for being on here. Oh. It's such an inspiration what you're doing for people, how you're inspiring people and serving people, sharing your answers, sharing your journey for free right here on YouTube. Yes. And so thank you for everything you're doing to put good into the world.
Thank you, Sean.
And could you just sum everything up and maybe just encourage, you know, those creators, those video influencers that are watching right now, they're on their journey, they're hustling, they're grinding, and they're maybe facing some setbacks. You should just share some final words and whatever you want to say to them.
You know what? Growth comes in the setbacks. I'd rather you have setbacks than fast success, and just keep doing it. Be persistent, be consistent, and if you fall off track, just pick yourself up, brush off your shoulders, and then keep going forward, and just look at that. And why are things maybe not in the direction that you really want it? Because there's so much valuable information there that will lead you to your success. I'd rather you doing than sitting back wishing that you were. So celebrate that fact you're a doer. Does that do that?
That was perfect.
That worked? Yeah.
Pound it. Thanks so much for checking out this video, influencers. Definitely subscribe for more videos just like this. Check out all of Tulin's stuff in the description. Until next time, keep crushing it and keep building your influence, income, and impact with online video. Later.